Hey y'all, I'm Paula Deen. And you know, us Southern girls, we just love us a picnic. And I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna let a little rain ruin my parade. Today, I think I'm gonna just enjoy the wet weather with a rainy day picnic. So, I'm just gonna serve up my own sunshine with a fresh and creamy Santa Fe wrap and a side of crunchy broccoli slaw. And to top it all off, we're gonna brighten up our day with the gooey butter cookies. So take cover, grab your umbrella, because we're gonna turn this picnic into a shower of flavors. Y'all know I had such wonderful plans for my family today. I was gonna do a picnic outside, but it looks like the weather's, really kind of working against me. But you know what? The recipes that I'm preparing today, they'll be good on a rainy day or a sunny day. So I hope y'all will come on in the kitchen and join me, because I think you're gonna love these things. I know that my family is. So why don't we go in the kitchen and get started? And who knows, maybe by the time I get through, the sun will come out. But it doesn't much look like it. It looks kind of set in. Hey Otis, you're ready for the picnic to start, aren't you, buddy? You want a treat? Yeah. Y'all, the first recipe that I'm gonna share with y'all today is called a chocolate gooey butter cookie. And it's one of those recipes that you're gonna love, because you start with just a chocolate moist cake mix. So, I mean, that's a great start to a delicious, easy dessert. And we're gonna add a little something different though to our mix. We're gonna start with an 8-ounce package of cream cheese and a stick of butter that's been brought to room temperature. And we're just gonna beat that until it's creamy. Aren't we, Otis? Aren't we? Uh-oh, and here comes your brother Cody. He heard the word treat too. Okay, I've got this creamed nice and smooth together. Now I'm gonna add an egg and give it another quick beat. Okay, now I'm gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla, and I'm gonna add the cake mix. Now, if y'all will remember, if y'all are a big fan of the gooey butter cakes, this is mainly the ingredients that go in the gooey butter cakes. We've got the cream cheese, we've got the butter, we've got the vanilla, we've got the cake mix, but it's just the way that these are incorporated. They're incorporated all together rather than the different layers of the normal gooey butter cake. And you can use any kind of chocolate cake mix. You can use a mocha, or you can use even the devil's food cake, as long as it's chocolate. Okay, you can see how stiff our batter is, but it's still not quite stiff enough. We want to make sure that when we put our cookie in the oven, it's not going to spread all over our cookie sheet. So I'm going to cover this and stick it in the refrigerator and let it sit for about 2 hours until it's nice and chilled. And I've got some that's already ready in the refrigerator. And you can see how chilled that one is. So, Otis. All right, now we're gonna just take our dough and we're gonna roll it into a ball a little smaller than a walnut. And then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna roll it in powdered sugar. So this is kind of gonna give it a little crackled look after they're done. They're gonna be real chewy when we bite into them. Now we're gonna bake these in a 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes, so it's not gonna be long before we're all eating cookies, guys. Are y'all missing another dog? Another dog named Gertie? Well, I was so sad the other morning. I came into the kitchen and I found a note. Gertie told me that he just could not stand being around all these other dogs anymore. So an agent had contacted him about getting his own show. So Gertie left. And we miss her so very much, don't we, guys? So if I see Gertie again, I'll tell her that y'all all asked about her and said hello. She's a very special girl. Okay, these are ready to go. So in the oven for 10 minutes. Okay, so in 10 minutes we've got cookies. And when we come back, I'm gonna make a coleslaw. But you know what? Cabbage is not gonna be the star of this dish. What's it gonna be? Well, y'all will have to come back and find out. I'll see y'all back here in a couple of minutes. I promised y'all before we left a little while ago that I was going to share with y'all a coleslaw recipe where cabbage is not the star. I can't wait to share it with you, but first I'm going to check on these cookies because I think they're ready. Oh, and they are. They look just like I told you they were going to look. Because of rolling them in the powdered sugar, it gave them a crackled look. So while I'm waiting for those to cool off, I'm going to start our coleslaw. And I'm going to start by taking 2 packets of ramen noodles, and I'm gonna take the rolling pin and I'm just gonna crush them up. And you can see how easy that was. Those things are tough and hard, but they break very easily. So we're gonna move down here now, and I'm gonna take about 3/4 of a stick of butter. And I'm gonna melt this in our saucepan. All right, so let's toss in our ramen noodles. This is the food that has kept many college kids alive because you can buy them for like $4 or $5 for $1 at the grocery store. I know a lot of the students that work at the restaurants, you know, they're on tight budgets. They're trying to pay their way through school. So they really watch their pennies closely. All right, now we're just gonna toss in about 1/4 cup of slivered almonds. And I'm gonna keep a real close eye on this. I'm not gonna turn my back to it because I don't wanna burn them. All right, they're ready. They're a nice golden brown, but I'm gonna take them out of that frying pan because they'll continue to cook and I don't want them to get over brown. So I'm just gonna dump this right here and let it sit here while we get everything else ready because we're gonna mix together the sauce that's gonna be poured over our broccoli. And I'm gonna start with 3/4 cup of canola oil and 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Now this recipe was sent in to me by a couple of girls. Their name is Linda and Christine. And they watched the show together. And they sent me a note telling me how much they love my corn casserole. And they wanted to share a recipe with me that they do all the time and they've had a real good response to. Now, and it's a broccoli coleslaw. But they've given it a couple of twists. They use the apple cider vinegar, and rather than white sugar, they use brown sugar. So to our oil and vinegar, we're gonna add 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar. And you know how the ramen noodles come with a little seasoning pack? Well, we're gonna use only 1 Oriental seasoning pack. And in that goes with our liquid. And we're just gonna mix that up and let those flavors marry just for a minute. I love what the brown sugar does to this recipe. It's just a little bit more interesting than like a white sugar. All right, now I'm gonna use 2 packs of broccoli slaw. I'm gonna use 2 of these bags because my family's gonna dig into this. Plus, if I've got any left over, it just keeps getting better and better. So it'll be fine tomorrow as an afternoon snack or bedtime snack. Although I have to tell you, for a bedtime snack, I've really got a weakness for ice cream. But maybe I can switch it to broccoli. All right, I'm just gonna pour the marinade over that. I'm gonna toss in our noodles that have cooled off. They're nice and crispy. And then we're gonna toss in some of Lady Bird's very favorites, sunflower seeds. She just loves these little seeds, and so do I. So I'm just gonna toss those in. So this salad is gonna have a nice crunch to it, and I just love crunchy stuff. You can make this early in the day and have it ready in the refrigerator. I'm gonna just use my hands, y'all, to toss that. All right, so I'm just gonna pile this up in our serving bowl. Now I'm gonna top our salad with some green onion tops that are gonna give it a nice added flavor. And look how simple that is, using the convenience products that we can get from the grocery store. And this is ready to go into the refrigerator, but before I do that, I'm gonna have to sneak a bite. But I have a feeling this is gonna be one of those dishes that gets just better and better as it sits, and that wonderful marinade just soaks into it. This is really, really, really good. Thank you, girls, for sharing this recipe with me. If you got some more, send them my way, okay? Because I'm always looking. I love it. When we come back, I'm gonna taste the cookies, and I'm gonna show you a sandwich that's gonna hold up all day long. It'll be ready when you are. So I'll see y'all back in a few minutes. Just gotta clean up and take a quick break. Hey y'all, welcome back. I don't like a real hot cookie, so these are nice and cool, and I'm just giving them an extra little sprinkle of powdered sugar, and they're just beautiful. They're beautiful, beautiful cookie. They've got so much texture because we rolled them in that powdered sugar. Ooh. Oh my goodness, they're delicious. They're moist and almost chewy. Really, really good. All right, let's move on. The next thing I'm gonna make is a Santa Fe wrap sandwich. It's just a little bit different from any other sandwich that you normally pack in a picnic lunch. And I tell you, the gang's gonna love it, and it's easy to make. Now I'm gonna start with 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese that are at room temperature, and I'm just gonna beat those up until they're creamy. All right, to that now, I'm gonna add 1 cup of sour cream. If you were trying to watch your calorie or fat intake, you could substitute it with a low-fat sour cream. Now I'm gonna take 1 small can of green chilies, and I'm just gonna toss those through the strainer real quick like, because I don't want this so juicy that it's gonna run out of our bread or our tortilla shell. All right, now I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of salsa mix. I'm gonna add 1 small little can of black olives that have been chopped and drained. I'm gonna add 1 cup of pepper jack cheese. That's gonna give it a nice little bite. And then I'm gonna add a half a cup of green onion tops. Now we're gonna mix all our ingredients together, and I'm gonna blend them with the mixer until they're all incorporated. And this has got a lot of good flavors going on. Okay. All right, now the last ingredient we're gonna add is 1 cup of fresh shredded spinach. And I adore spinach. I just love it. And you can see what a pretty filling this is gonna be. Doesn't that look good? It's really, really good. All right, now I'm gonna use the larger tortilla shell to put my sandwiches together. And all we have to do at this point is just spread this onto our shell. This would make a nice base for anything that you wanted to add to it. If you wanted to turn it into a meaty sandwich, you could drain some tuna fish and flake that tuna fish into this, and that would be wonderful. But so we're gonna start at the edge and we're gonna roll it as tightly as we can without sending our filling running. Just like that. And we're just gonna do this until I've got as many sandwiches as we need. Okay, here we go. Okay. And all we're gonna do is take our sandwiches and cut them into nice little pieces. Or you could actually just cut it in half and serve them in larger pieces. But for a picnic, you know, I think bite-sized food is just really, really good. Now, to make sure that these stay together, I'm just gonna stick a toothpick in them just so I know they're not gonna come apart. This is just a nice change that I think the kids and my brother Bubba will just love. And Michelle's coming today, and this is the perfect little finger sandwich for girlies, you know. They don't feel like they're eating so much. So that's all there is to this sandwich. My gracious, it's good. Y'all ready for the picnic? Y'all ready? When we come back, y'all, I'm gonna be sharing a recipe for a wonderful creamy dip. It's gonna be a hit no matter where I serve it or what time. So I'll see y'all back in a few minutes. We're getting ready for that rainy day picnic. The weather is not looking good. Now we can't have a picnic, y'all, without a dip. So the dip I'm gonna be making for my family today is called a creamy scallion dip. So I've got my 4 cups of sour cream. I'm gonna dump in my 2 teaspoons of cumin, 2 teaspoons of chili powder. This is gonna be kind of almost like a Mexican dip. All right, now the juice of 1 lime, and that's gonna give it a nice tart flavor. And now 6 chopped green onions, and then a little fresh ground pepper, a little salt. How simple is that? And it's really a nice change from like your buttermilk dips or something like that. And you can see that I've got a mixture of different chips, which makes for a little bit more interest. And I just love the black corn chips. They have a little spice to them. Oh, it's so good. You know, maybe the weather didn't turn out exactly as we planned, but that's all right. You know, we've been given lemons today. Well, we're just gonna make lemonade out of it. The recipes are gonna be wonderful, whether your picnic is sunny or rainy or inside or outside. I think you're gonna love these dishes. That broccoli salad is so good. And the Santa Fe wraps, y'all, please save me a wrap. And our creamy scallion dip, this is out of this world. And of course, for dessert, we've got a chocolate gooey butter cookie. So I'm gonna have to go, y'all, because there's not gonna be any food left. Is it good? I'm so glad you like it. Well, until next time, y'all, my family and I send y'all love and best dishes from our rainy day picnic to yours. What a great wrap.
Have a bite of mine.
Thank you.